Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Ask Dr. Jack Show. I am Dr. Jack Belitz, chiropractor in Omaha, and
Hello, everybody. I'm Aaliyah, Dr. Jack's assistant.
together we make up the Ask Dr. Jack Show 2.0. So, what's our question today?
Okay, so today is like one of my most favorite things to study of all time, and it's helped me and my girls out a lot, and it's homeopathics, homeopathy.
That's right. And I will tell you that I've used it for my family almost basically exclusively while they were kids. You didn't find even aspirin in my house. It was all homeopathic remedies for anything that was ever going wrong. So, amazing source of healing when it comes to you needing help in some words. But not a lot of people in this country know about it. And I think it's because the AMA has done a great job of kind of suppressing how powerful this stuff is. And it's too bad because like you go over to like Europe, for instance, you know, you've got homeopathic doctors next to medical doctors, and like even the Queen of England has her own homeopathic doctor. So
yeah, it's big in a lot of places and it works.
It does. It does. So let me go into a little bit about what homeopathy is, because first of all, it is so safe because it's based on dilutions, and I'll get into that. Even pregnant women, kids, I mean, anybody can take it. It's really awesome. But basically, the way homeopathy works is it was used back by the Greeks, so we're talking long time. But the biggest, the most recent like big surgeon, it came from the study of a doctor by the name of Handelman. And he was back in the 1890s, whatever, that's around the time that he was around. Anyway, what he would do is he would take a substance, let's say like arsenic, which we know is a poison, all right? And he would take a little bit of it each day, and he would basically get to his deathbed because he knew that if he took a drop of arsenic, mixed it with 10 drops of water, took a drop of that solution, mixed it with 10 drops of water, and kept going and going and going and going and going, that ultra dilute solution would undo all the symptoms that the full strength solution would do.
So it works off of, it's called the law of similars, like curing like.
Right. And so basically what he would do is while he was, you know, getting all these symptoms, he would write them down meticulously, like, you know, seeing white spots in my left eye, you know, pain in my right thigh, numbness in my left pinky. I mean, it would get really super specific because all of those symptoms would be undone when he would basically undo it using the homeopathic remedy. And so then what they did was they took all of those symptoms and put them into a book like this. And you know, this book is like for eyes and hands, and like for instance, on hands, do you have a tearing pain? And is the tearing pain between the fingers, or is it in the bones, or does it feel cold while it's, I mean, they describe these things, and each one of these symptoms has like, you know, 7 or 8 or 9 or 20 or 2 remedies that will help that one.
So the cool thing about it is because like when you go to a medical doctor, you're like, oh, I feel tired and I have pain in my left foot, and that's where it goes. The way this works is it goes really deep into all those little symptoms that you don't think about, like I get a twitch in my left eye. Nobody thinks about that. But that could be part of whatever your issue is, and it's a symptom of it. And if we see that symptom clear up, then we know what we're using is right or working.
That's right.
So because it gets so detailed and so it drills so far down into you and what's going on with your body, it's really helpful and really specific to you.
And the great thing about it is, okay, let's say you have a tearing pain in your, you know, hand. Well, there's 8 or 10 or 12 different remedies that help that tearing pain. So now you have to go look at what else you got going on. You know, do you have a knee problem? Do you get headaches? You know, how is your digestive system working? And we build on all of that. And basically, usually when it comes down to it is that there's going to be 1 or 2 remedies that all of these things fit under this umbrella of. And then that's when we say, okay, let's try this one out. And the great thing about homeopathy is that if you come up with one that you think is right and you give that to the person, it either works or it doesn't. If it doesn't work, you go on. It's not like it gives you side effects like medication.
Yeah, pretty much there's not really much of any of these that can give you side effects. I think there's a few you have to be careful with, but
And it's because it's so dilute. Anything that you get side effects from are usually the more undilute ones, and those are the ones that are, given as more general as opposed to a specific. And you need somebody that's studying this stuff. You can't just, go. If you go to the drugstore and they say, "Oh, here's a homeopathic remedy for like headaches or hay fever or whatever," that's what we call generals. All right, they've got probably 12 or 15 different very not diluted homeopathics, because the more dilute, the more powerful. So if you don't want to have as much effect, get something that's less dilute. It sounds weird, but that's the way it goes. And so, if you got 10 or 12 of those in there, hopefully, they're just basically saying, hopefully one of these works for your headaches. Whereas if you go to somebody like this is a serious problem and they really dial down exactly who you are, and, there are hundreds and hundreds of homeopathic remedies. We have probably 300-400 here at the office.
right.
That's not even half of them. It's incredible how many there really are.
It's great because it's so specific to you.
Exactly. So anyway, that's the story of homeopathy. And we here at the office use mostly classical homeopathy. In other words, we are trying to find how to get to that symptom based on how everything is doing in your body. The other way of doing homeopathy, like we said, is here, this is what we do for night sweats, or this is what we do for headaches, or this is what we do for sinus problems. And hey, sometimes those work and they work perfectly, and it doesn't take any brains. And we have a few of those here. We have probably 15, 20 of those because they do work. But we can get a lot more specific than that in this office.
All right, well, that about sums it up. So thanks for watching. Comment below.
Please
like and share this video.
Comment. Hey, if you got questions about homeopathy, write them down there. We'll respond to them, because those things are important, to get your answers out. Call the office, 402-333-4848. We can get an appointment set up. We can talk to you about it in person. This is an amazing healing art, absolutely amazing healing art. And we'd love for it to get out there, because the more drugs we can get out of people's lives, the better it is.
Yeah.
So anyway, stay healthy, Omaha.